Alrighty, so here's my fully populated RGB LED strip driver. As you can see, fully populated. I have a connector here going up to the LED strip, which I'll show you guys in just a second. And I have another connector right here that runs up the dash, up the side of the dash, and goes to my single pole, single throw switch and my 10K potentiometer. As for powering ground, I have it powered through my fuse box on my truck and grounded to the chassis of my truck, so it's getting 12 volt power. And then we're regulating down to 5 volts, which the ATTiny85 is being driven off there. All the work that I put into this is documented on my website, so you can go ahead and check that out if you have any questions, whatnot. As for the LED strip, it's RGB LED strip. It runs, I believe this is a 1 meter long strip that runs along the bottom of my dash here. I secured it with some silicone that I had. Pretty easy to remove. I tested that before I actually stuck it on there. I didn't want it to be super permanent. And the same for mounting all the panel mount components here. I just put a couple dabs of silicone. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and turn this thing on. So first things first, I have my potentiometer here. If I leave it in the far right mode, or the far right position, that enters what I call cycle through all mode. And so if we go ahead and power this on, see the lights turn on there, and the LEDs begin to cycle through all their colors automatically. So I'm not touching the potentiometer or anything, it's just cycling through all the colors. If I turn the potentiometer to the left a little bit, it'll eventually pop out of this loop, as it just did there, and then I can get very bulky control over the colors. So I have red here, and then if I turn to the left, that should be yellow. It looks a little green, but it should be yellow. And then we have green here, and then blue, and then purple. And then for full brightness, I have all the way to the left, which is full brightness, just white. Looks a little blue, but it should be white. So we'll go through that again. So there's purple right there, there's blue, green, yellow, and then red, and then go back to full cycle through all the way to the right, and it just begins going through all the shades of those colors. So that's one mode. And then if we go ahead and power off the strip and then turn the potentiometer here all the way to the left till it's all the way to the left, and we power on again, this enters another mode, which I like to call precision colors. So now I have full fine control using the potentiometer of all the colors. So I'm controlling this fine color movement here. It's hard to really see the precision in the color changing on this camera, but if you were here, it looks very cleanly shifting through all the colors. And so yeah, this is one of my favorite modes, just because you can finely tune a color that you like. But then if I'm just like driving down the street, I'll turn this off again, go all the way right on the potentiometer, turn it on, and it automatically cycles through all the LEDs, through all the colors. So this is the mode that I like when I'm just driving around and whatnot. So yeah, that's the board, and that's the finished product. Right now I have it mounted to the side here with some Velcro that I bought, so it's just mounted to the side. Unfortunately, I forgot to put some mounting holes on this board, so if I were to redesign this, that's probably the for sure thing that I'd do if that ever came to it. I'd for sure add some mounting holes. So yeah, go ahead and leave a comment if you have any questions, or go ahead and check out my website, shanekent.com, if you want to check out all the steps that I went through in designing this thing. Alrighty guys, have a good one.